what are the common mistakes an investor, or what are the common mistakes made when buying properties in Mexico? One of those common mistakes is buying based on price instead of quality. Usually people thinking about buying in Mexico, they go straight for the cost. The lower the cost, the higher the ROI, because I can rent it out for a certain amount of money. And you're forgetting that one of the most important things and the factors involved in this area is going to be the quality of the materials that are being used. It's not necessarily just the price. So can you buy a studio in Mexico for $99,000? Absolutely. But it's going to be 350 square feet. It's small. It's a hotel room is what you're buying. Is it a good investment? Absolutely. Can you make some money on it? You sure can. But the quality of the materials that are used to build something that inexpensive, you're going to have to cut corners somewhere. You can't have solid wood, solid materials for such an inexpensive cost of construction. So it's a very common mistake when somebody will come down here and they'll buy based on price instead of quality. Make sure before you purchase anything, get a list of the materials the developer is going to be using or the construction company is going to be using to build their property or your potential investment. Make sure those materials aren't balsa wood. Make sure those materials aren't, particle board, things that they're cutting corners on doors, on the shelves, on the cabinets and stuff like that. That's where most of your edges are going to be shaved and down, okay? Make sure you check on the foundations. Ask these questions. This question is something that you might not know to ask, but ask how far are the support beams and the pillars into the ground? Are they 9, 10, 15 meters down? How deep do they go down? Is this being built? Has it been surveyed properly? Is there a cenote underneath this building? Is there a cave? Because this entire area is riddled with underground freshwater cave system called cenotes. It's the largest in the world. If you took an X-ray picture from the sky of this entire peninsula, it would look like a big piece of Swiss cheese, right? So there's lots of things you need to make sure you check into. Cheaper doesn't mean better. Hold on guys, before you keep watching this video, I want you to quickly click like, subscribe, and put a comment in the comment section below. I want you to help me with the algorithms. It's gonna allow my video to reach more people and to give more free information for people that need it. Now back to the video. When buying that lock off, this is my humble opinion, by the way. I'm not giving you guys facts based on some kind of statistics or some kind of research behind the scenes. I'm telling you from my experience and what I've seen, the amount of lock-offs that I've sold, people that I know that own them, how the lock-off, how it works. I personally manage, our company manages several lock-off units for different investors, and how often we actually break off that studio, that one-bedroom portion, rent that one out to two different people. We have yet to do it. Okay, so a common mistake that people make when buying in Mexico or buying this particular area is believing the hype or believing what's being pushed as an agenda that lock-offs are the best way to go. That's the only thing to buy. When you get caught up in the commotion and the excitement of buying, your first vacation home or your first investment property in a foreign country, and you get super pumped and you get this these butterflies and rainbows and it's just amazing. You're super excited. But you forget sometimes one of the most common mistakes is how much is it going to cost you after you own the property. Calculating all the expenses that come with owning a property. You've got to keep in mind the property management company, if you decide to have one, how much they're going to take of your profits. You forget that electricity, obviously, your water, your cable service, your internet service, maintenance, HOA fees, upkeep, repair bills. There's a lot of things that come with owning it. It's not just I've paid $150,000, $250,000. I own my condo in Mexico and I'm good to go. Let's start bringing in the cash, right? There's a lot of things that go into this, and your gross is one number, but your net after expenses ends up being 65, 70%, right, of the overall expenses. There are ways of exponentially increasing this by lowering cost or by hiring a team. Let's say you have more than one condominium, you can get a team on the ground here that take care of your condo. You have your maintenance guy, you've got your maid service, you have your plumbers, all the handymen that help reduce your cost because they upkeep your place and they keep it going. Another thing that we forget to look at that people don't really see is the water here in Mexico that I've mentioned before, the water here in Quintana Roo specifically is very hard water. There's lots of minerals in the water here. So you're going to have a lot of deposits, calcium deposits in your shower heads, in your faucets, and that is a nightmare. It wreaks havoc on your tubes and your pipes and everything running through the building, through your condominium. And that in the end ends up messing up your toilet, messing up your sink, and having to repair stuff. So one of the common mistakes, one of the 3 common mistakes that I've been explaining to you right now is not properly calculating all the expenses that come with owning a property in another country. If you like the content that you're watching right now, please follow us on all our social media outlets and visit our website. All the links are below in the comment section, and come check us out.